Hello and welcome to Let Me Be Your Game Guide, a seance episode. These episodes feature games of the horror genre, so grab your salt and holy water as we voluntarily scare ourselves this week. I'm your host, Emma.
This is Rylan.
I'm Brandon.
Join us for this week's rating episode as we commune with the beyond and enter the gaming spirit world. For the remainder of this episode, let me be your game guide.
Is there a different song for these ones?
No.
Okay.
No. We could have like a more spooky.
Just have us going ooh over the main song.
Yeah.
Just open OBS and just hit record and play like an open of like Scooby-Doo or something.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Scooby-Doo, that'd be great.
Just yoink the whole thing and just see what happens.
Yeah. See how long it takes.
I mean, we're small time. What are they going to do? A
No
cease
one,
and desist?
Yeah, no one gives a hoot about us.
Who owns Scooby-Doo right now?
Warner Brothers?
Oh.
No, what they would probably do is be like, we claim all the money you make from this. And you're like, okay.
I'm like, well.
Go ahead.
Oh, no. I hope your fees were worth it. Send us a message.
Well, welcome to the podcast, everybody.
Welcome.
Brandon.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome to the metaphysical, Brandon.
I'm returning to the metaphysical.
Yeah. It's the last time you were on here was Doki Doki Literature Club, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, about a year ago.
About a year ago,
Wow.
yes. Just a little bit over a year ago. So this will be your second dating sim.
Triumphant return.
Yeah, I only play dating sims.
No.
I should have chose Clan Ad, which is like a hardcore anime that was originally a visual novel. And it's actually really good, but it's also like 70 hours minimum, 144, 100%. I was like,
I don't think I can do that one.
Yeah, I think you would die.
So do you play an okay amount of dating sims? Or more visual novels, I guess?
No, just I've played like 5 visual.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no. That's actually a lie. I played like 7 or 8 probably.
Yeah. It's there's like a little bit of a crossover, but I feel like a dating sim isn't really what we played this time, I would say, right? Like,
I guess I should introduce it soon, right?
Yeah, I mean,
what are we talking about today?
Let me plug the podcast real quick, and then we'll talk about it. Obviously, if you haven't read the title of this episode, Brandon, just real quick, what are we talking about?
We're talking about Sucker for Love First Date.
Yeah. So, real quick before we begin the episode, don't forget to give the podcast a follow, rate it, review it, however you want to show us love. We have a Patreon, patreon.com/letmebeyourgg, where you can view episodes early as they post sometime on Sunday, a couple days before the episode posts everywhere else. And that's when you join for free. If you want to join our Achievement Unlocked tier, which is just $1 a month, you can get our Press Start series, which is me playing the first hour of the games that we're talking about. Rylan is usually there. Brandon, you're sometimes there in the chat because I'll play it live on Twitch. And you can try and catch it. Go follow us on Twitch and turn on your notifications. I don't have a scheduled time that I play these Press Start episodes, and it's usually early in the morning. But if you want to follow our Twitch, turn on notifications.
It's a good time. Yeah,
you can get out of that $1 a month and you can just watch it live.
Save money.
Yeah.
Tune in.
You can find us on most socials as Let Me Be Your GG with no spaces. That's LetMeBeyourGG. And we're on Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. YouTube, you can find our full podcast, all of the episodes. There's no video, it's just audio. But then we do upload our live reactions to the trailers, which we do also on Twitch. Mm-hmm. That's every other Thursday at around 5 p.m. Pacific time. And again, sign up for notifications. You'll get notified anytime we go live, and it's a good time.
That was this, I promise. That was the cube.
Sounded like you just like...
It sounded like your knuckles cracked.
Okay.
It didn't sound like a fart.
Oh my... No, I did not.
Okay.
You got so defensive. I was...
if I feel like I have to fart, I just grab the cube so I have a proxy.
The infamous nice cube that interrupts this podcast at least once.
It was
every 3 episodes.
It was supposed to be quiet.
Yeah.
That's why I picked it up.
go check out our TikTok. Our TikTok can be found at, we are Let Me Be Your Game Guide with no spaces. Rylan makes really fun TikToks. If there aren't TikToks for an episode, it's my fault because I'm being really lazy and haven't edited the episode yet. So, but right now, if you go on there, there's so many fun ones on there to watch. So go check it out. You can also email us at letmebeyourgg@gmail.com. This is the best way to send in game requests like Brandon did, our very special guest. Just make sure to include game request in the subject line so it's easy for us to find. And this time last year, we were discussing self-loss. Rylan, you didn't play that game, I don't think. You played like the first hour.
I played the first hour, yeah.
Yeah, and then Sean and I, well, go listen to the episode. Go listen to the episode and then maybe play the game. That's all I have to say about that. But yeah, that's all I have for plugging the podcast.
I think this is the last week where folks can enter to win a copy of Sifu.
Oh, good
Isn't
call.
that right?
Yeah.
Did we forget to plug that
we
last couple weeks?
forgot to plug that during our last couple weeks,
Well,
but yes, you're right.
Sifu was a very fun kung fu action game, and if folks are interested in it and would like a copy of it, please send us an email with Sifu in the subject line, I believe, and give us a kung fu fact.
Yes, that was what
and
was requested.
why you're interested in the game, perhaps.
Yeah.
And enter to win a copy of this awesome game.
Yeah. Perfect.
Who
Sweet.
chose Sifu? I forget.
Sean did.
Sean.
Yeah. So I loved it.
He's a smart man.
I gave it a 5-star review, which was very weird.
That's 5 out of 10. Or 5 out of 5. I mean, trying to clarify that it wasn't out of 10. 5 out of 5.
Yeah. So cool. Thank you for reminding me about that. 'Cause, yeah. Sweet. Brandon, we're playing a game that you requested. Sucker for Love, First Date. Do you want to hit us with a spoiler-free description?
Sure. So this is like a visual novel where you get to go on your first date with a big titty goth GF, but she's actually like a eldritch horror that was like so mind-bendingly horrifying that your entire psyche would just shatter upon sight, usually. But in this game, you're kind of like this Sanji from One Piece-esque figure where you just really, you really just want one thing. And in this game, that's a smooch from the Eldritch Horror. And you will do anything to get that smooch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's what this game is. So it's kind of a little bit of a twist on a visual novel dating sim type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like a parody.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a very funny game.
Yeah. So, and this is, dating sim number 2 from Brandon because he requested Doki Doki Literature Club. And
another very normal dating sim.
yeah, very just your average dating sim. And go back and check out those episodes. Those were a good time. And, but yeah, let's talk about, before we get into our rating, I'm going to talk about the video game and the developer a little bit. This game was developed by Akabaka. I just got to catch in my throat.
Is that what it's called, or is that how you...
Akabaka.
Okay.
Akabaka. That was a
Phonetic.
lot. There's a lot of A's. And published by Dread XP. It's available on PC, Mac, and Nintendo Switch. It was originally released on January 20th, 2022. And when it's not on sale, it is $9.99. Akabaka, also known as Joseph Hunter, is a solo developer. So I love doing the little solo developer things because the second I realized this was like basically one person, I'm just like, dang.
Talent.
That's crazy. I did see in an interview that the idea for a Lovecraftian dating sim was born during one of Dread XP's game jams that he was invited to. The theme was Lovecrafting, where you had to make a game that met the 3 criteria, which was something with love mechanics, crafting mechanics, and Lovecraftian horror. There is a sequel to this game called Sucker for Love, Date to Die For. Brandon, have you played that game?
Nope.
No, I am curious. After playing this
it
game,
is
I'm
true.
a little curious because I feel like there's a lot to build off of from this game.
it's just a fun idea at the end of the day.
Yeah, definitely. And then Akabaka actually has an upcoming game titled Chromatos. And the description for this game, I'm going to read it real quick. I pulled it off of his developer website. You've awakened in a strange nightmare after a fall that should have ended your life. Around you are amnesiac strangers who are also trapped in this world for their own unique reasons. Escape the collective nightmare in 12 hours or never wake up.
Bum, bum, bum.
Sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I've got. Brandon, did you have anything else that you knew about the developer? I know sometimes you know.
All I knew, because I didn't play this game before this episode. I just knew it was a weird game.
Yeah.
You know, in art in general, I really just try to get outside of like the mediocre territory.
Sure.
Like if this game was bad, I wouldn't really care because as long as it was interesting.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So I was just like, what's a weird game that I wouldn't normally play, that they certainly wouldn't normally play?
Yeah.
And let's just do it. Let's just let it rip. I know this game has a pretty dedicated hardcore fan base.
Yes, I was noticing that when I was researching it. I was like, holy shit, people love this game.
Yeah, for
Really?
a variety of reasons. You know, you can just be horny. You can just like visual
It's always an option.
You can like horror. You know, you can just be a Lovecraftian person and stuff. And I think they're like pretty faithful with the mythology in terms of like, it's obviously that mythology is like kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
But they still like play within it pretty well.
Oh yeah, they pulled from some pretty like literal Lovecraftian themes. So yeah, I thought that was cool. There is no accessibility report that I could find for this game. If I find one, I'll upload it. But for now, we're just gonna leave that. As...
I think the Family Gaming Database is going to review horny games.
You know, I've been surprised with some of the games that are on there.
That's fair.
I mean, but yeah, so. Couldn't find it. Family Gaming Database was not evaluating
not
Sucker for
yet.
Love.
Yeah.
Missing out.
Yeah. But I think it's time to move on to our game rating.
Do I say that now or do I say that when it's actually time to give numbers?
When would
I was
you
wondering
like
about
to
that.
say?
I don't know.
So I have it written now what you've all been waiting for, and then I go into my spiel.
And now what you've all been rating for.
There we go.
You'd think I'd have it down by now.
How many episodes have we done this?
Probably 20.
Oh, well.
It's that you guys record this after a work day. Your brains are cooked.
Yeah.
I mean, so we've also done it like on a weekend morning and my brain's still cooked. So, you know.
Just permanently fried. But let's get started on our game rating. We take into account general considerations such as length, challenge rating, and replayability. We also consider story and narrative topics, including plot, characters, and world building, presentation topics, including graphics and sound design and music, gameplay topics, including content variety and mechanics, and lastly, we consider the overall value of the game. I would also like to remind everyone that Self-Loss was the game that introduced the mechanics rating.
Oh.
The mechanics for that game frustrated Sean and I so much, we realized we needed to be rating the mechanics because we hadn't been before.
That slow-ass old man.
Yeah. And the lack of camera control and
The spotlight staff thing.
I don't remember. But yeah, just something I was thinking of, so... Yeah. Let's get started with general considerations and kick it off with length. How long did it take you guys to beat this game, or how long did you play the game for? Brandon, you want to start it off?
2.5 hours.
2.5 hours.
Yeah.
All right. Did you do full completion, or did you just do like a playthrough?
I think I did all the endings for the first two, and then I just played through the third one.
Nice. Wow,
I got
that was
like
quick.
most of them.
Yeah, you were fast.
I was mashing that control button when I could.
Oh yeah.
When you redo it, yeah.
I did that in the second chapter, but not in the first, like a dum-dum.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, I'd lose on purpose and stuff too.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then just go back a little bit. And...
Yep.
Yeah, I think it took me just over 2 hours. I did the full first chapter, both endings there, or all the different options. So I guess both endings. In the second chapter, we'll talk about it more probably next week, but there's kind of like 2 main paths that you go down, and then some intermixed paths. And I went down both main paths.
Yeah.
But I didn't end up unlocking chapter 3 with what I did. So that's as far as I got.
Yeah. Brandon, I'm very excited to tell him about chapter 3. I think
I'm
you
scared.
and I both. No, I think you would have really liked it.
Huh.
But we'll talk about that next week. Yeah. So I played this for 4.2 hours.
Oh, dang, you got some good time in on it. You were thorough.
I was. And I think, well, it's because I struggled to get some of the endings. I kept messing up and having to start over.
Oh.
And then there were also, we'll talk about it a little bit in, I don't know if it would be mechanics or probably mechanics. We'll talk about something that I had issues with that also cost me a little bit of time. So, but yeah, 4.2 hours. Challenge rating. This one, I mean, for the first 2 chapters, piece of cake.
I marked it as easy overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also said easy. Oh, and I should explain. Our scale starts at beginner, escalates to easy, then moderate, difficult, and it tops out at expert. I also gave it easy.
I felt like it was easy. Yeah.
Yeah, not quite beginner, especially once you get into the 3rd chapter. It really ramps up in the
interesting.
difficulty. Not difficult enough to make it moderate, but there's a learning curve.
Yeah.
And you will suffer for a little bit just trying to figure out what you're supposed to do. Yeah.
That's kind of what you like in the game, though. That's like the plot is suffering, isn't it?
Yeah. I guess so. Well, you're supposed to be suffering, but not really. You're not really doing it. And target audience. This is where I give the ESRB reading. It's rated T for teen. I couldn't find any tags, but some of the things that I noticed that would be reasons that it was rated this would be blood, violence, self-harm, and sexual themes. If you guys can think of anything else, I think that about covers it.
Yeah.
But who would be interested in this?
I mean, I think Brandon touched on it earlier, if you were a fan of visual novels or dating sims, looking for something different, if you're just horny for a big, what did you say? Big boob goth GF?
Big titty.
Big titty.
GF.
Okay. Yeah. There it is. Sorry. Yeah. Or if you're interested in Lovecraft stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like in movies and stuff, horror games often are kind of weird and stuff. So if you just like, a lot of people just like weird horror games.
Yeah.
If you like weird horror games, I think this is worth a shot, personally.
I think that's a good call.
Yeah. And if you were a huge fan of Doki Doki Literature Club, I think that you would love this game.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of parallels, not only like thematically, but also pacing. The pacing was very similar to me.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. And I don't know if you agree with that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I
So,
agree.
yeah. Very slow to start, but then it just like kicks up in the end. And I think that's what made me excited to get to the 3rd chapter is because I had played Doki Doki Literature Club.
Oh, okay. So you're ready for it to kind of go over the edge.
I was, yeah,
Okay.
because that's exactly, I remember, I think we talked about it during that episode. I was like, this game was just like, I was like, what are we doing? And then like the last hour, it was like, oh my God. And that I was like, I bet that's going to happen in this game.
Oh, okay.
So
cool.
yeah, so just be prepared for that if you've never played a game like this. Like, stick it out to the end, and I think it'll be worth it. So, lastly, in the general consideration section, we're going to talk about replayability. This one's tough because baked into the game, it forces you to replay it just to get multiple endings. But I will say, even getting the multiple endings, I was like, this is a little bit of a snore.
I mean, especially if you're running up against like mechanical issues where like you're having difficulty following what you're supposed to do, which at times could be a little unclear, especially for unlocking the secrets.
Oh yeah. That was definitely, I ended up replaying a lot of things just trying to unlock the secrets, which we'll talk about during mechanics, but I honestly don't think this is a very replayable game, at least not immediately. Maybe it's something I would just have fun playing like years from now.
Yeah.
Or it could be something that, if you have somebody over and you're like, here, play this, I want to watch you, go through it, or like something like that, know?
Yeah.
I think when I was in the ether watching you play your first hour, like that was pretty fun to like do it with people.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it was fun to have like, I think Zephe was there in the chat.
Oh
for
yeah,
that
he
one.
was. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So yeah, that was
I want to
time.
drop something for you guys right now. Playing visual novels with another person is like probably the funnest way to do them.
Oh yeah.
Like my wife and I, we like loved Slay the Princess when we played that together. We loved playing Scarlet Hollow, which is a game that's still coming out. That's like a very long visual novel, kind of like choose your own adventure type of one.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah, I think you would love that one, honestly.
What was that game the three of us played together? The what is that called?
Are you talking about Her Story?
No, well we did play Her Story together. No, I was talking about the werewolf one.
Oh,
what was that one called?
The Wolf Among Us.
Oh, The Quarry.
The Quarry, yes. We played, I played The Quarry while you guys watched and yelled what I should do, which was really fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would agree it is fun to play. Hayden doesn't like video games, and so he's just like very uninterested. He would probably not enjoy a visual novel game. He has said that one day he might be on the podcast.
All right.
One day.
Oh, we got to choose a very like, I don't know how you choose a game for somebody.
I don't know. He would be a real tough cookie.
Just start him on Sifu and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Or may I say UFO 50 has 50 options.
That's true. He might like that. He also, when I was talking about Sifu, he was like, "Oh, it sounds kind of like Tekken," and so he knows.
Oh yeah,
like he's played games before. He's just not.
I mean, it's hard to be our age and have never, been.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But so not inherently replayable in my opinion, but I think that's just the nature of games like this. You get the full story, and then
sure,
if you're going to replay it, it's because you've either like got amnesia or you really liked it.
Knock yourself out so you can play again.
Yeah. I mean, I will say I really enjoyed playing Firewatch multiple times. It was very calming. Oh. I know you hated Firewatch, Rylan. You're like, oh.
Rylan hates Firewatch so much that I forgot that you liked Firewatch because his hate like overwhelmed.
I wasn't alone though in my hatred. I will say I may just have been the strongest.
Yeah, I was lukewarm on it once we started talking about it. I was like, "Hey, yeah, wait a second." But when I played it, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, because there were 4 of us on that episode, and you were the only person I think that like was fine with it.
Yeah, but. Sorry, I've taken us way off topic. Let's move into the story and narrative section of our rating template, and this is where we start with our numbered ratings. We rate things from 1 to 5, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best, and we're going to start with plot. This is a very plot-heavy game, so you would hope that it gets rated high.
It's tough because, between the first and second chapter or first and second date, I guess they're both first dates.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's confusing. There is like some story that carries through, which feels kind of weird because it's also like its own thing.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that continues into the third.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm kind of getting the sense that I don't have like the full story, although definitely at the end of each chapter or date or whatever, there's kind of like endings.
Yeah.
That are kind of like for sure endings.
Yeah. I would say, I mean, chapter 3 does add to the story, but I don't think that it enhances the plot very much. I would say that you'd probably rate the plot the same even if you just played the first 2 chapters. It's more of a continuation, but there's mechanically and gameplay wise, it's different. Yeah. So that's where it changes. But plot wise, I would probably have rated it the same. I rated it a 4.
Okay. Yeah. I'm at a 3.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I rated it a 4. I found it to be memorable.
Yeah. I thought that. I mean, like it wasn't creeping into 5 territory, but I enjoyed it. I liked that there was a lot of lore kind of sprinkled in, especially like when the 2 chapters intertwine. There's like these little nuggets of story that you get that I really enjoyed. So, and it was unique.
Yeah, I think. I was impressed with starting the second one, and I was like, this is weird and stuff, and it ended up wrapping all the... It got me excited to start the second one because it was so different, and like they have this like weird guy, and you're just like, what is going on? I am so confused, and I was already confused.
Wait, like the second game?
The
second chapter?
The second chapter.
A weird guy?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
There's a weird guy?
Well, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Oh, wait. Yeah. I know you're. Oh, my God. Yeah, the weird guy.
It's pretty small detail.
You know, the weird guy. Or guys, plural. Weird guys.
Plural. Technically.
I don't remember this at all.
I think they might have just been lined up at first or something, but it turns out there's a lot more of them.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Maybe I missed that for the first chapter. I know what you're talking about for the second chapter.
No, we're talking about the second chapter.
Oh my God. I was like, I don't remember them in the first chapter at all. Okay, yes. I'm on the same page as you guys. Let's move into characters. Since we're talking about weird guys, what did you guys rate the characters?
This is tough. Mm-hmm. I wish that you kind of got to know the main character a little bit better.
Yeah. Wait, which main character?
The one that you are playing as, I guess.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of weird because you kind of get like his like inner thoughts about things that are going on.
I don't know that I needed to know any more about this guy, to be honest.
Big titty goth GF eldritch horrors.
I don't need to know what else is running through his mind. Actually, I'm okay. Did you guys have a favorite date?
Like, are you saying like who I would date if I had to choose one of them?
Yeah, and we don't have to go into who they are, but just did you have a favorite?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. We'll talk about it next week when we go in and spoil everything. But yeah, I definitely had a favorite.
Yeah, I think the characters are probably like a 4, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a 4.
Yeah, I also did a 4. I just thought that they're very interesting.
They're very solid characters. Like they're just they there's no fluff in there really.
No fluff.
No,
Rylan.
it's a snappy game for sure. Mm-hmm. They get to the point.
Yeah. Well, let's just roll into world building. This one I had a little bit more trouble with.
This is a tough one for
this really? Game. Okay.
Well, I feel like there is, again, with all the like the nuggets of lore that you get, there is like a world outside that you're aware of, but also like you as the main character, you're like, what is going on?
The world building goes up if you open your phone and start Googling things.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it goes crazy. Yeah, because if it's all based on Lovecraft's work, then there's
that's true.
Tons of material.
Yeah.
I gave it a 3. Like I just didn't think it was thorough enough to like warrant a 4.
Sure.
But also a 2 felt so brutally harsh for a game that really does what it needs to do.
Yeah, it took the time to actually like put those little pieces in there. We're on the same page so far. I also gave that a 3.
I felt like it was a 4 for me. In that I'm not like super familiar with Lovecraftian stuff, but I've been, I guess, like exposed to it in different ways, and I actually learned things from this game. So I was like, huh.
You like to learn.
I do like to learn.
Yeah.
That's always a plus for
Although
you.
I can't say that like
this is the most useful information.
Yeah. Well, I was also going to say like Lovecraftian stuff in general, I'm like not that interested in.
You did say that.
Yeah. So like,
Rylan's like, I learned that I'm attracted to things I didn't know.
No. I learned some things about myself while playing this game.
Oh no.
We'll talk about it. Tune in next week.
Oh man. Cool. Well,
I definitely had a favorite. Sorry. Go ahead.
Let's move into presentation and let's talk about graphics. First of all, we didn't touch on it a ton when we did the trailer reaction.
Which was a criminal.
I know. I felt like terrible because afterwards we were like we cut the live stream and then we started talking about it and I was like, wait, fuck, we didn't talk about this on the stream. But the graphics of like the starting page and the trailer itself.
So good.
It's kind of like that like faded, colorful anime, which I've not really experienced. All the anime that I've seen is sorry, I was trying to.
You haven't experienced all the anime yet.
No, it's all been like very vibrantly colored. This seemed more like, and you're more familiar with anime than I am. Is this more what it looked like in like the 70s or like?
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, it's more old school.
old school color grading type of thing.
Yeah.
Almost like it's like was on film and they didn't like store it properly. And so it's kind of like faded a little bit, but then it just kind of like brings out the colors in different. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you don't get that in the actual gameplay, but I just wanted to touch on it because it was awesome and I loved it.
Yeah. They nailed it.
Yeah. What did you guys think about the actual in-game graphics?
It's kind of feels weird calling it graphics, right? Because it's like all just art direction. Like I'm pretty sure this person just like hand drew it, and then the character portraits are like very high quality. I think they have like very thin outlines and stuff like that, so they don't feel like totally out of place. But then like the actual environments that you're in are kind of like surreal in the way that they feel like. It almost feels like one of those point and click like kids games, like Putt-Putt or something.
Oh,
like
yeah,
it feels very like
a little bit.
when you look at it too long, it looks a little. It just looks a little like flat.
Yeah.
Which doesn't.
Flat. That's a good word.
Yeah, and that doesn't matter too much for this game. Like you could go. It's hard to draw a whole room.
Yeah.
And get like the perspective like perfect and have all the shadows be perfect. It's like we really care about the characters, and you kind of just need to functionally get around and do things and be able to recognize things.
I think it's functional for that because it does make the characters pop more too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
but it does look a little bit awkward when they're like. This is gonna sound weird, but like when they're laying on the bed or something.
Yeah.
And not like that, you guys that are listening out there. You listeners, that's not what I'm talking about.
That is what happens in the game, we swear.
Yeah. When they're
taking a nap.
When the character is lying on the bed
taking a nap.
fully clothed.
Yeah.
Rylan, I'm designating you a job, which is to just go on Tumblr or something, DeviantArt, and just sucker for love first date. Just throw that in the search bar and just see what happens.
That sounds scary.
I'm not doing that. Am I doing that live right now?
No.
Please, no.
Is that why it's called DeviantArt?
We don't talk about why it's called that.
Okay.
Oh man. Oh, anyways, I gave it a 5.
Oh, I love that.
Really liked
cool.
the graphics because I don't have a problem with like the staticness of the in-game graphics.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there were a lot of cool things that were done with like the book and the
I was
pages.
gonna say the book has some cool effects too.
You're right.
Yeah. Well, and then there's like a lot of gore in this game, but not in a way that made me feel like appalled. Like I wasn't like, oh my god, that was like crazy.
Huh. I mean,
maybe there was one.
Me.
Maybe there was one part that was a little much, but you don't see the stuff happening. You see the after. You see a lot of aftermath.
That's true. Yeah, because a lot of this game is like you looking at your book and then you looking at the room and then the book and then the room, and that's where the changes occur is between.
You know, I put a 3, but I'm changing my shit to a 4.
Aha.
Oh,
I'm 4.
Yes.
I'm 4 pilled for that. I'm 4 this whole game. It seems like actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of creative stuff with the book in particular, and things that change partway through the game, and it's very whimsical too at times when I'm thinking about it, like with the endings and stuff, which I enjoyed. I thought those were funny with how they like, because it kind of gives you like almost like a page turning effect. Right?
Yeah.
Where like the endings come in and it kind of, the screen kind of just goes, and then it gives you the ending, and then you're like, oh.
Well, and I was playing for those endings. You know, you're holding escape to get through all that dialogue because I was like, I need to know what the end, like what the landing page for this ending is.
Yeah, I think they did a good job with that. Shoot, what else was I going to say? No, I literally just cut you off to say something, and I don't even know what it was. Sorry.
Excuse me.
Most male thing to ever happen.
Well, if you think of it, let me know and we can jump back.
Oh no, I was gonna say because like it went back to like how the room changes and stuff. Like some of that stuff was really subtle, like a poster on the wall will change after you've done a couple things and things like that. And they were really smart with not like making that stuff super obvious, but you can just notice like, oh, now my character looks different and things like that.
Yeah. Very cool.
Or the cursor changes as well as you do things too.
Well, and that becomes super important, or not super important, but that's an aspect of the third chapter.
Okay.
Is your cursor and stuff like that. What was your number rating?
4.
4.
Yeah.
Right.
Did a good job.
We're all on the same page rating wise, which I'm surprised by, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like we're kind of like, keeping in mind the type of game this is pretty well, especially too.
Yeah, I think
it does not look like we're rating 4 for graphics, but it's not like it's looking like Call of Duty. Like,
but it's just fitting for the game, and so that's I kind of go off that. I will say once we get to our final rating, that's where our ratings might deviate a little bit. But let's move into where were we? Sound design and music.
I think they did a pretty good job in this game. With some of like the noises that were happening.
Oh, the sound effects.
The sound effects were great. So a lot of what you're doing in this game is reading from like a spell book, and you're reading these like and so there's like that whispering too, but there's at least one part I can think of where there's, as you're reading it, you're hearing other noises in the background, and it's like kind of freaky, and it like builds tension. I appreciate that they use the sound like that, because it almost seems like a game that would only have sound like when you're interacting with something specifically, or just like kind of a background song, which they did have at the end, like when you're getting the I think at the intro screen and when you're getting the ending, there was a little tune that played that was fun.
That's all.
Yeah, very the whole game was very reminiscent of like anime. I mean, obviously outside of the art style, but just like how they did it all.
Yeah.
I would give it a 3.
3?
Yeah.
Not a 3.5?
No.
Okay. I don't know why. I thought maybe you'd be
do you
giving
want me to give it a 3.5?
No.
Pressuring me?
No. I just was wondering.
Okay.
No,
just a
3.
Just a 3. All
just
right.
a 3, I think.
Got rated a 3.
Come at me, bros. Hey, write us. Send us an email.
Yeah. I also gave it a 3.
There you go.
Yeah.
Not a 3.5?
I gave it a 3 too. I got to be honest.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And mainly because of the sound effects and such. And the lack of music overall held me back from a 4 or 5, because for me to give it a 4, I mean, it'd have to have just mind-blowing sound effects that chilled my bones.
Yeah. I mean, it was a little unnerving, but like
it was a little cheesy, but I kind of liked that actually.
It was nothing to write home about, but it wasn't bad.
Complimentary.
There we go. That's perfect.
Wow.
Yeah.
I majored in English.
This guy knows how to be on a podcast.
Yes. English major over here. Let's move into gameplay. I'm curious to see if we continue to agree on our ratings here. Starting with content variety. This was difficult as well. And Rylan, I feel like yours might be different than ours because you did not play the third chapter.
Yeah, that's probably true. I feel like it's like, I don't know, like a 1. You're really not doing a ton, at least from what I experienced. I mean, you are reading the book, getting instructions, carrying out those instructions. It's not super varied. And then you're having some dialogue of which there's not even choices from there.
Yeah, which is to be expected with games like this.
Yeah.
And kind of what I found when we played Doki Doki Literature Club, it's not built to be very content heavy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
well, at least not gameplay content, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about just becoming the visual novel guy for my game Rex. I did Balatro before, I guess, huh?
Yeah, you did.
Damn, I fucked it up already.
Oh, you requested that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how I forgot that.
That was his spoiler-free intro that he sent.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. I just remember you had a really good one.
Yeah.
That I was like, dang, we need to up our game.
Yeah.
But now that I know that you're like a professional English major and shit.
Yeah, and professional YouTuber, guys.
Yeah. We'll plug your stuff
professional
at the
YouTuber.
end, and it'll also be linked in the show notes. But content variety, I gave this a 3.
Okay.
Mostly because, I mean, it's pretty low content until you get into the third chapter, and then I really enjoyed mechanically, I know we're not in mechanics, but like what was introduced in that chapter, it bumped it up to a 3.
Okay, do you think that if you tell me what that is right now, that's a big spoiler?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So you'll have to wait.
I'm
till
very
next week.
curious.
Rylan's like, I gotta go back and play.
You honestly, I would highly. I texted you yesterday, but you were already.
I was at
you were
I was at soccer,
It
and I was like,
it
when I get home,
late.
I'm going to be showering and eating dinner and then going to bed.
Yeah, I tried to, but it was too late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you've already played the first 2 chapters, chapter 3 or whatever is definitely worth checking out.
Yeah.
Huh.
But you'll see why. What was your numbered rating, Brandon?
3.
3.
I found most of my time was with the first 2 chapters, right? Mm-hmm. And while I found the third to have a nice twist, the first 2, the variety is probably my biggest criticism of this game, where occasionally I'd be doing the tasks that you're asked to do in the game, and I'd be a little bit bored after doing a couple of them in a row without too much going on yet in the game. And usually something happens pretty quickly, and it's not really a slog, but still, that extra couple minutes of doing the same, like, okay, I gotta get this shit, and I'm like, that's not the part of the game that I was feeling. So yeah, 3 I feel like was pretty fair.
I think the problem for me too was I saw so much potential for content with just the way that the first 2 chapters went. I'm like, we could have added a lot of flair to the way that these spells worked. There could be a lot more that could have been put into it.
Mm-hmm. Which is why I'm curious now of the next game.
Me too.
Like, did they do something crazier?
Well, because we watched the trailer for the third game,
and it looked a little bit more like you could actually
there's different rooms that you go to, and definitely it seemed like it was more involved. Yeah.
So I wonder, especially because we talked about it at the beginning of this episode, but this game was really born during a game jam, and a lot of times those game jams, they are timed, and so you only have a certain amount of time to. And I'm sure that this was polished after the game jam, but I think that there was definitely just more opportunities, and I hope that they were taken in the second game. So I agree with the 3, and we will move on to the last numbered rating section, which is nope, we're already there, just kidding. We're going to move into the last section of gameplay, which is mechanics. And I gotta complain. I have some complaints. I gave mechanics a 3. There were some glitches in this game that I ran into.
I heard that other people ran into some glitches when I was looking it up a little bit. I didn't run into anything, but
the most noticeable one, I think I had I wasn't able to get one of the endings one run through because something kind of glitched out. It glitched in chapter 3. Just nothing was happening, and I never lost. I was just
oh, weird.
I had to just lose on purpose and start over. But the biggest one was the secrets that you unlock to get to chapter 3. So during the press start series, I played through the whole first chapter, and I unlocked that one secret.
Out of 3.
In the second chapter, I unlocked the first secret, and I had 1 out of 3. And I went, oh, there's 3 secrets in this chapter. It's not. You just have to go back to chapter 1 and rediscover that secret in the same...
Why?
I don't know. So it's in one playthrough, even if you've discovered it, if you quit the game and boot it back up again, you have to rediscover that secret. And so that's probably why my gameplay was, or how long it took me to play was so long, because I spent so much time trying to figure out where that third secret was. And then I looked it up, and I was like, God damn you.
I was confused by this too. I was like, I got my 3 secrets. What the hell?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to just start running back through the first one again, because maybe I missed something, and then I just don't even know what I did, and then it just was fine. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Guess I'm dumb.
Oh, weird. So it's just it doesn't really work.
Yeah. It just glitched out with trying to unlock the third chapter, which was really annoying because all I wanted to do was play the third chapter.
Well, and it's interesting too, because from my perspective, it almost felt like the third chapter is like a bonus chapter because you have to do special things to unlock it. So it's kind of extra, but it sounds like it's more of completing the story a little bit.
It really did. Yeah, it was. That was the conclusion. And
I don't know, for me at that point, I wasn't super excited to continue. So I was like, I don't, maybe I won't look at the extra stuff then.
Yeah.
But I had the same thing where I had unlocked, the first secret in the first chapter. That's 1 out of 3. And then the second chapter I unlocked and it was like 1 out of 3 again. So
Yeah.
I thought that I'd be 2 out of 3, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was confusing. And it had been such a long time between unlocking that first secret. I couldn't remember that it said 1 out of 3 when I unlocked the first one. And I was like, oh, so it must have been 1 out of 1. And then now I have 3 to find, but no. So that's my one complaint.
Sure.
Major complaint, but it didn't ruin the game for me. It just was a little frustrating. So
Thankfully, this game is quick to like do a quick run back.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
crazy fast.
Yeah, it's really smart with the way they have it. So you can just like easily select
I
from basically the
appreciated
last
that
decision point.
so
Yeah.
much.
The checkpoints, everything. It's really great.
I appreciated also being able to like read the dialogue as like fast as I wanted to, So
Yep.
like I hate
Yep.
it. I hate being stuck behind and just like
No, that'd be
in me.
Yeah, that's how you feel about when you're forced to either walk slow or
Oh.
yeah.
yeah.
So what were your guys' numbered ratings for the gameplay? Or,
For the
sorry,
mechanics?
mechanics. Yep.
Well, I was gonna say I also had trouble with the reading out loud parts where you have to drag your mouse.
Oh, okay.
That was basically the walking in the game because you couldn't do
you
it.
couldn't go too
You
fast.
couldn't go too fast, and I was just bad at it. I kept messing up, or I'd get like impatient in the last like third of the sentence. And I'm like, dang
nope.
it, start over again. Yeah, noise, which was a fun little noise.
Yeah.
Like a 2 for me though,
Okay.
because I didn't think like the mechanics, I guess, were that fun. I guess which
Yeah.
for me, I feel like that's where I'm looking for my fun more than I am like from the plot and stuff like that for me personally. So
Yeah.
I put it as a 3 because
Mm-hmm.
I found the mechanics that were there. I just found them interesting.
Yeah.
Like I found the mouth. I actually was surprised with how fast I could go during that part.
Yeah.
I was like, sometimes I'd be like, is it going to let me go this fast? Ah!
Especially on the last chapter, I was like, please don't mess this up. Like, please.
Yeah.
oh gosh,
Yeah. Cool. Well, before we get to our final rating, let's talk about the value of this game. When it's not on sale, it is $9.99, which to me is pretty fair.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that
seems
bad.
steep to me.
Steep to you?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I think play the 3rd chapter and get back to us.
okay.
But again, the 3rd chapter adds so
Adds
much.
that pizzazz.
It just all of a sudden
Yeah.
you feel like you're playing a game.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's like the first 2 feel more like you're kind of like in the testing grounds or something, right? And then the 3rd feels like that kind of like that payoff.
I
for
guess
everything
though
that you've done.
to be maybe more philosophical though, like there's so much media out there competing for your attention, right? So like, why do the first couple chapters if I didn't have fun with it as much? Like I had some fun. Like I did appreciate like a lot of the humor and stuff, and there were like some clever moments. But I'm like, for me, it's hard. This goes into the final rating too, but it's hard for me to like recommend on that point where like I didn't really have. It's not what I'm looking for out of my video game time, I guess. Which I've
yeah.
had that thing with other games too. This would feel like a different role for me, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm
you're
just looking this up before I say it, but I think the first chapter you could just play it completely free.
Okay. If there's a demo.
well, there's a
It just
there's
has
like a
another
prelude.
Yeah, it has like another listing or something.
Okay. Yeah, I
There's
feel like that would be check that out, because then if you're into the theme and you're into the kind of what this game is doing, I guess
Yeah.
you'll know at that point.
And just know that there is a payoff during chapter 3.
Yes. Yeah, there's a prelude. It looks like it's a little bit different.
Okay.
But I mean it's free, has 500 reviews, so it probably has like 5,000 plays ish.
Yeah.
Looks like it's pretty much the same game. So if you are interested,
That's a great call out.
yeah, you just play the free thing and be like, do I want to move beyond this? Because like Emma is trying to explain here, spoiler free, is it ramps up in a way that pays off.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it's worth $10. I think it was fair. I also spent 4 hours playing this game. So that I'm like, oh, $10 for 4 hours is not bad. And for how like I literally was just like on pins and needles during that last chapter.
Oh,
and
wow.
I remember like Hayden kept trying to talk to me and I was like, I can't. I literally can't talk to you right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. You had like some real like visceral emotions going on.
Oh, yes. Yeah. We'll talk about it. I mean, I'm so excited to tell you about it because it upset me though, because I was like, I wish we had more of this. I wish more of the game was like this. So
that's like what I'm saying though.
I'm excited to hear Emma talk about it.
I don't know. I just really liked it. But I will say, moving into final rating territory, if we're ready to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to go off of the rating that I gave Doki Doki Literature Club because enjoyment-wise, I don't love dating sims.
Yeah.
They're a little boring, like the first 2 chapters, the first couple hours of Doki Doki Literature Club, a little too slow for my liking. I do appreciate the art. I appreciate the game and the style, but for me, Doki Doki Literature Club sat at a 3. And I didn't like this game as much as Doki Doki Literature Club. I feel like that one was more of like a mind fuck at the end. And I was like, whoa, like this is insane. This one, it was just like, oh, okay, that was cool. So I'm going to put this at a 2.8, just a little bit below Doki Doki Literature Club. They're kind of on the same shelf, but I did enjoy this one less. A lot of it does come from not enjoying this style of game, though. So I think anyone who listened to this who likes this type of game, don't take my rating to heart, really, because I think that people who like this style of game would really enjoy Sucker for Love First Date. So sitting at a 2.8.
I'm more in your range. I wonder if Brandon is feeling better about this game. But I feel like I have to give the same like disclaimer as you. Like, this is not a game or style of game for me. I don't feel like I'm like qualified to make a recommendation in this space. No. Like, I mean, I may not be qualified to give any recommendations anyways, but like, especially in this, like, this is not my jam. And that's gonna be reflected by my rating of like a 2.4 probably. There's a lot of things, with some of my higher ratings earlier in the episode, like the 4s and stuff that I gave it. I think that it did do well for, if I'm looking at it like in a vacuum like that.
Yeah.
But there's so many things about this game that are just like not for me. Like, like if it's about big titty goth GFs, I feel just so much cringe in my heart, personally. And I don't know if that's a juvenile response or a mature response. So send us an email and let me know.
Interesting.
Right. But also, just like I mentioned earlier, like Lovecraftian stuff, I'm just kind of disinterested in, as far as like fantasy or, that kind of stuff. I'm just like, I never know what's going on. It just seems very random to me. Which I think, like, when I look at my other games with low ratings, like Little Misfortune and Figment, I think random is also how I describe those games, where it's just like, I don't know what the common thread is here.
Yeah.
I'm bothered by that. This game definitely has more, way stronger cohesion than that. But I think just like when I think of Lovecraftian stuff, I just kind of think it's all random, like The King in Yellow, it's like a play, but you lose your mind. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
Have you ever watched a play?
That's fair. So for me, that's like my negative on this game rant, but it's more about like my personal experience, who I am. I think this game is doing some things that are really good, and the Worcestershire sauce jokes are just
great.
My
God. How could I forget about that? We'll talk about that more next week, but that was good.
Some of the humor was really good in this game, actually.
I learned how to say that word, but then I've forgotten now. Worcestershire.
Yeah.
Worcestershire sauce.
We're not
eldritch.
Yep, we're not.
How about you, Brandon? I'm very curious to see where this lands for you.
I hope you like it.
I gave it a 3.5,
oh,
which
nice.
to me is a
fair.
Yeah,
I think that's
sweet.
fair.
And, it's not like I'm some huge visual novel fan or anything like that.
That's not what I heard.
But there are some visual novels that I love. Right. And I agree with Emma that I do enjoy Doki Doki more than this game. In fact, this might be my least favorite visual novel I've ever played. So,
Wow.
if
Wow.
if that's the throughput, I guess I like visual novels, I guess. But
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't played that many. I'm not just like letting random visual novels rip off of the Steam store exactly, but I thought for like the level of commitment, like I basically sat down and just did this whole thing in one sitting, and it was a good experience.
Yeah. Had fun doing it.
I like big titties, I guess. I don't know, just kidding.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
There is an interesting topic with that where it's like, if I think of what an eldritch god would look like if they kind of made themselves humanoid to go in front of people, I'm like, why wouldn't they dress like that and have big ass titties and a big ass? I don't know why they wouldn't. They would, I guess. Like, right? I mean, it makes sense to me.
I was super disappointed because I was thinking, as I was playing this game, I was like, gosh, if I ever went to like any sort of like Comic-Con or like any of those cons, these characters would be so fun to dress up as.
Oh yeah.
But I do not have the body. I'm like a ruler. I don't have any curves, and it was just so disappointing to know that I'd never be able to.
It's gonna be a really expensive cosplay.
Yeah. I'd be getting some work done.
Is that how you feel while reading One Piece too? Because One Piece is known for having
yeah.
pencil bodies and big ass titties, basically.
Yep, the curves and the so. But I enjoyed the game, even though it's getting one of my lower ratings. I think it's just not something that I would pick on my own, not something I would return to, but I can appreciate it for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So,
cool. Yeah, it is
cool.
very, like, I feel like that is a very, like, clever thing to think of. Like, we'll take these Lovecraft beings and we'll make them big titty goth GFs.
Yeah.
Like, that's just hilarious in and of itself.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. They obviously had some fun, so I might check out the second one just for kicks.
Yeah.
It's like $12.99 or something like that. I might wait to catch
It's
it on
so
And the
sale.
third one's
commitment.
coming.
I think the third one, I did look this up and it's like far on the horizon. I think. I don't know. I know that we were talking about it at least after we cut our
Well, you said the
stream.
second one like added like rooms and like more
I
movement.
think that might have been the trailer for the third one that we saw. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what we watched, man. Like,
You
to
can
be honest.
imagine though, like if they added dialogue trees,
Yeah.
different settings.
Yeah, like an actual map.
Tripled the characters. Like that's going to take added a musical score. It's going to add so much time to the development, which sounds great. But like, I'm like, I see why that would take a while.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, for
it's
sure.
just one guy. So I enjoyed this. I think this was fun. It was fun to like really step out of my box. I've stepped out of my box a few times with, even Sifu and the combat games, but this one was, on a whole other level. So thank you, Brandon. Do you have anything that you want to plug? I know you've got your shit. Like, plug it and we'll put it in the show notes.
I make extremely apolitical One Piece videos on the internet. We have I put a bunch of, basically my newest thing is you just like clickbait people super hard to put in a lot of very apolitical information. And I don't know, it seems to be working pretty good. So
cool.
My YouTube channel name is Big Dad, and I also stream on Twitch sometimes, trying to do that a lot more nowadays. Big Dad Live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Very
It's
awesome.
a handle that I'm personally jealous of.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
There's a very significant character in. Wait, you might have just learned about the Four Emperor.
She's shaking her head.
Yes.
Oh.
One
yes.
of them's name is Big Mom.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's fun. Yeah, so very cool. This concludes the rating episode for Sucker for Love First Date. Please join us next week for the discussion episode as we dive into the details of this game and all its hidden gems. If you haven't played the game yet and it sounds like something you might be interested in, I hope you find some time to play it before tuning in next week. Please go and give the podcast a follow, rate it, review it, however you want to show us love. You can email us with any comments, questions, or constructive criticism at letmebeyourgg@gmail.com. You can also send us game requests if there's something you'd like us to review. Just make sure you include...
Leave that in.
That was the Steam trailer for.
I literally was like, wow, what's happening? Just make sure you include game request in the subject line so it's easy for us to find, just like Brandon did for this game. You can find us on most socials as Let Me Be Your GG, and we're on Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and that's LetMeBeyourGG. You can find us on TikTok as Let Me Be Your Game Guide with no spaces. Our Patreon can be found at patreon.com/LetMeBeYourGG. Thank you for listening. We can't wait to see you next week, and thank you so much for letting me be your game guide. GG, y'all.
Bye.
Bye. Trying to get my damn notes up. And the trailer just autoplays. I hate the Steam video player.
Oh my
It's
God.
such a piece of dog shit.
Bye, guys.